Are there any other texts from the medieval period that kind of, can add to this picture of, crystals as being, dizzying or confusing, or in maybe some other way that they connect to love?
Yes. I really like medieval lyric, in particular the poetry of the troubadours, who were
they?
The 12th and 13th century poets active in southern France, northern Italy, and southern Spain. So they wrote love poetry that influenced many, many poets. They basically invented a certain language of love in which you can perfect yourself by talking about inaccessible love, right? And
say that again. You can perfect yourself by talking about inaccessible love.
So if you write a song about how you can't get a lady, but you willfully submit to that impossible quest and sing a song about it, you can actually better yourself. This is something they thematize, right? And they make song into a craft in which one can improve oneself.
Does this connect to what you were saying earlier about sort of this worry that pursuing a love object, you might only be pursuing yourself?
Yes.
Like for them, that's actually the point,
yes.
that it's yourself that you're wanting to kind of
right, song of oneself, in a sense. But what they do is they channel that song of dispossession, of love being taken away, or wanting a lover all those movements of the heart of wanting and not wanting, hope and despair. They make a song into that, and it's not, you actually don't want to attain the lady, because then the song would be over. So they discipline that love into a song of dispossession, a song of deprivation, and things like that. Yeah.
Is there a particular song that involves crystals?
Right.
Then?
So this is what I had in mind.
Yes.
So there is one song by Bertrand de Born, who is a 12th century troubadour, and he wrote about wanting a lady who was, the scene is like she's in this exotic court. They have like furniture from Persia. It's very fancy, and then he describes her as having crystal teeth. Now, this seems, for us, we're like, wow, that seems really cool. But he's really responding to a tradition as what we've talked about before, where usually women who are noble and good and who you're supposed to want are described as crystalline beauty or crystal face, right? And they don't say anything, and they're very good. But he sees her, and he sees her, she smiles and crystal teeth, which to me says like, he wants her. He wants all that pleasurable experience of wanting her corporeally, erotically, not in a spiritualized sense. It really is about the joy. He talks about the joy of having her, and seeing her teeth is like anticipates having her like that. And I think this is really what I love about the troubadours, is because they're kind of going against the grain of like, oh, you're supposed to love spiritual transcendent love and not really have her. He's like, no, I want her. And it's like the fact that he sees crystal teeth when she smiles speaks to a kind of a sensory kind of pleasurable experience with her that's embodied, that's corporeal, So that's
like a crystal face could be something, I think, more kind of like innocent and spiritual, maybe,
right,
because
exactly.
It's almost to do with like the soul and the mind.
And at this moment, it's like, it's a material want. It's not something that's about spiritual transcendence. That is there, but it's also about like having this pleasurable experience as well,
Yeah, and so I see that there's sort of like a kind of like pleasurable, material, erotic desire there, but also you were saying that these troubadours don't actually want to achieve their goal. They don't want to like realize their desires.